Can you imagine going on a child-free vacation, but not worrying about your kids while you're there? Well, that's exactly what Zach and I just got to do, and it's because of the amazing childcare we get here in Mexico. Stick around so I can explain why childcare is the #1 reason I still live in Mexico.
We're the Gray Harbor family, and since 2016, our family of 6 has been living abroad. With years of experience, tips, and insights, we're here to guide anyone else considering this life-changing journey. Stick around to discover how to turn your income into a passport anywhere in the world, unlocking the ultimate geographical freedom.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know things are a little bit different with setup. Normally Zach and I are together, but I really wanted to do this more personalized video for the audience, more from moms to other moms, about childcare, the guilt you feel about it, trying to be a working mom or a stay-at-home mom, but still find time for yourself or find time for you and your spouse, and how I have found that balance here in Mexico. It is the #1 reason that I choose to still live here. It was one of the big reasons we moved here. And that is not only the cost of childcare here in Mexico being extremely affordable, but the quality of care that my kids get. So we just got back from a beautiful vacation in California. We met some family there and went up to Mammoth Mountain. We actually went across the Tijuana border. So check out our other video here where we explain the CBX crossing and why it's one of our favorite ways to cross the border. And while we were there, we got to meet our new nephew, which was wonderful. We also got to enjoy a week in Mammoth with just Zach and I, while 4 kids still remain at home. So in this video, I'm just going to explain how we found childcare once we moved here and how I find it indispensable today to find the balance in life that I know all of us are looking for. So the first is, if you're just moving here, considering moving here, or trying to find ways that you're currently living here but haven't been able to find the childcare that you're looking for, I'm gonna recommend that you join those Facebook groups that I've mentioned in other videos to find your community. Go on play dates. Obviously, if you're gonna put your kids in school, those parents are another great resource. But slowly through building your own community, you can find recommendations for childcare in your area. Now, of course, every family is different on what childcare works for you. And I just want you to know that here in Mexico, it's all available. Obviously, some people choose to have school be their only method of childcare, and they can fill in everything else. And if that works for you, there's some great school opportunities here in Mexico, especially if you're looking to go bilingual with your kids. Other options, of course, are organized daycares or things of that nature, which exist here as well. And then the third option, which was our route, is private nanny care. Now, the reason we chose this is because it was what I was most comfortable with. I had someone come into our home and we work from home, so I got to be near and be kind of aware of what was going on with my kids, but also have someone else helping out so I can still be that working mom in another area of the home. This worked out beautifully for us, and it's actually one of the biggest reasons we expanded our family from 2 kids to 4 kids. We had 2 kids here in Mexico, and I could not have done this without reliable nanny care. So when we originally started, it's just like I said, I reached out to the communities I had made. We had 2 older kids that did go to school and looked for recommendations amongst other parents who had already been here and were using nannies. That's the way we found our first nanny. She was actually a sister of a good family friend we have made while living here, and it was a recommendation that we give her a try. She is actually still working for us to this day. Even though she had a kid of her own and went on maternity leave and left the position for a year, we actually hired other family of hers during that time, and then she came back after that. She was actually the one who stayed with our kids throughout the night in our home the entire time we were on our vacation. So she is more like family now. We go to birthday parties of their family. We have extracurricular activities all the time. They have actually traveled with us on family vacations and helped with the the kids while there. So it has truly become this wonderful relationship and this wonderful option for us to do sometimes travel with 1 or 2 kids or no kids for our first time in 7 years this past month. And I did not have a single concern while we were gone. So I can't recommend any other method more than the private care because that's what works for our family. But of course, joining those groups, reaching out, making that community, you're gonna find lots of options here in Mexico. Of course, options are great if they work for your family budget. And that's one of the biggest challenges I hear from people still living in the United States. The cost of childcare, especially for middle-class citizens, is almost impossible. This is the reason I still live in Mexico today, because not only do I get the highest quality care, the bilingual experience for my kids, they're truly happy with their care, I can also more than afford it. In the description, I'm gonna include a link for a website called Dollar App. Please check out our other videos. It's one of my preferred exchange apps to use while living in Mexico. But there they have a really good article talking about minimum wage in Mexico. The difference is depending on where you are. If you live near a border town or the rest of Mexico, those rates can vary a bit, as well as professional trades versus non-professional trades. Nanny and maid care is considered a non-professional trade, and it goes into the specifics according to 2024 labor laws here in Mexico on what those minimum wages are. Obviously, depending on where you are, if you're in the coast or the middle of Mexico, can vary a bit. But right now, according to 2024 statistics for a non-professional position, the minimum wage is 250 pesos a day for an 8-hour shift. So that roughly breaks down to 50 pesos an hour. And in today's conversion, that's somewhere between $2.50 to $3 per hour. Now, of course, the longer someone is with you, the more annual raises they're gonna get. They're not gonna be at the minimum wage. You can also make your own personal decisions if you really wanna bring someone in at the minimum wage rate. But this gives you an idea of the affordability of care here in Mexico. Again, I have 4 children. While my older 2 are very independent and need very little care throughout the time, I do have a 4 and 2-year-old, and they help care for those in the afternoon after school that allow Zach and I to wrap up our day. I cannot stress enough how much balance this has brought to my life as a mom, and how much I could encourage anyone else who is seriously considering an international move to look into this to bring joy and balance back to your life as well, because no matter how hard we try as moms, we just can't do it all. So if you found this video helpful or insightful, or if you would like tips, tricks, or help on how to find care for your children here in Mexico, please reach out, shoot us a comment. We would love to help you. We've made relationships all over here, and we would love to help you fill that network if necessary. Otherwise, if you could please hit that like and subscribe button, we'd really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you next time.